Unleash the power of purpose with impactful business voices, hosted by Nancy Baki and Anita Larsen. Each week, you'll be inspired by stories from companies that are making a real difference in the world, and you'll learn practical tips on how to grow your business with an impact.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to those of you who have been here before. And thank you for listening to the Impactful Business Voices podcast. So today is the last Tuesday of the month. So that means it's our time to share our resources and our experience. And we have our monthly business lounge episode. So you get just Nancy and I, no guests today. Normally we have guests on the podcast that make an impact in the world, in their communities, in the lives of their clients and the people around them. But today it's us. And we want to make sure that you're still around to make an impact and help you make your business better and continue being successful for a long time. So we are your hosts. I'm Anita Larsen.
And I'm Nancy Baki. Hey, everybody. And today we've got a powerful topic to cover. This is actually one of the most impactful tools that you can have in our business. It's one of my favorite things to start with a business with, because most businesses just don't use this formula. So we want to really share the ability to be able to write copy and sales messages that actually convert. So today's episode, it's focused on creating compelling messages to improve your marketing and to be able to increase the conversions that you have. So if your marketing efforts are not as powerful as you feel that they should be, 90% of the time, it's really because of your messaging. A lot of people, they do marketing everywhere. They spend money on Facebook, on Google, on, TikTok, Instagram, and it doesn't work. And they just keep on spending money. And they're like, yeah, one day somebody will buy. No, stop spending money if it's not working. So look, we're going to talk about that today, how to write copy that speaks to your prospects' emotions and needs, because that is what they're listening for, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to share because Nancy, I do a lot of messaging, I do a lot of writing, and it's so important. It's so important to get it right and find that message that connects with your customer and speaks to their emotions and needs. So let's do it. But before you start, one thing that's very important before you start creating your message is knowing how to speak to your customer. And to do that, you need to make sure you have your ideal customer profile developed. You need to know more than just their age, their gender, how much they make. You have to really dive deeper. You need to find out what their interests are, what are their values, what are their purchasing habits, where do they purchase, how often do they purchase, everything, all these little pieces that kind of plays into how you will create your message to speak to that customer that has a need for you. So that is not the topic of today's podcast episode. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about the ideal customer profile, but we will cover it next month. So if that's a topic that you need and you need to learn more about for your business, join us next month and we'll go more in depth for that. But it is important to have it created. So if you have it, then this will totally resonate with you. If it doesn't, go back and watch this again after you have it developed, would be my recommendation.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. How can you do a marketing when you don't know who you're talking to, right? It's not just the women 30 to 35. So that's why that is very important. So let's start by talking about, emotional buying. So we do recognize that there are, we do recognize that there are many businesses out there that don't know their ideal customer profile. And again, if you want to talk to them, this is one of the most important exercises to do. And once you do them, you can have this for life until you decide to change your customer profile, right? So the reason that we want to that we need to have a profile is because you want them to be able to join the conversation that's going on that's going on in their mind, and you need to know what is that conversation really focused around. If you don't know, how are they going to be interested in listening to you? right? They're just going to leave and go and talk to somebody else that's actually listening to them, right? So the conversation that's taking place in every prospect's mind revolves under two major emotional issues. There's a problem that they have that they don't want, and there's a solution that they want that they don't have. And guess what? You're the solution, right? So don't forget that all the purchasing decisions, they're based on emotion, right? So we all know that we hate to be sold, but I mean, who do you know that doesn't love to buy? We all love to buy,
Mhm.
right? But the buyer buys when they feel ready and willing to buy. If they don't feel good about it, they're not going to buy it, right? But when they feel empowered to make that decision, not because somebody else is trying to sell it to them, they're content of their purchase, right?
Yeah, it's very true. It's just important that they have to feel that they're in control of the process, right? And
Exactly.
that's emotional. So what we use, both Nancy and I use this in our coaching business. We use what we call the conversion formula. It's a 4-step formula that we use to talk to prospects, customer, really in any messaging you do. And those 4 key steps are pretty plain and simple once you hear it. The first step is captivate, and that's your headline. That's the headline that states the problem your prospect has on their mind, the problem they have and they don't want. So you captivate them, you catch their attention with that headline. Then you fascinate them with a subheadline stating the promise of the solution they want. So that's the second step Nancy just talked about for the emotional buying. You captivate them with the problem they have, knowing the problem they have. Then you fascinate them with the solution you offer. The next step is educating. Now you educate and you provide the information, whether this is a conversation or in writing or video, whatever the case is, you provide information that gives evidence to your prospects that you and your product or service are better than any way than your competition. And what are the great things about your product? That's the education piece. Then the fourth piece is close. Now you close it. You give them an offer that's so compelling and irresistible that your prospect can't turn it down. They would be crazy to turn it down. So those are 4 steps: captivate, fascinate, educate, and close.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that you realize how important and powerful the right message is with that formula. So using the formula we just shared with you, we've seen great results with our clients. Nancy, you want to give an example of a client you've used it with?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got a few of them. Look, one of my clients that I'm working with, he did an incredible job on his new messages. So I'll choose that one. First, it made a huge difference. So he was spending somewhere between $500 and $700 monthly on Facebook. He had zero return. And as soon as I saw his ads, I kind of knew, that there was no money coming in from that, no conversions. He was actually losing money. That $500 to $800, $700 that he was spending, it was coming out of his pocket until we actually met. So I told him, stop marketing. And I taught him this conversion formula. Once we started working together, he learned the 4 parts of the formula. He took the initiative to work on it on his own. And when he first started, he went from 1.7 to like 2.7. But after we implemented an additional nurturing steps together, his sales started converting somewhere between 28 and 34%. And the reason I say 28 to 34 is because we were working on 3 different ads at the same time and testing them all. And they were running between 28 and 34%. So it is a huge difference. You are missing something huge by not using this formula in your business.
Yeah, and I've seen results with one of my clients as well. She was doing LinkedIn ads at the time, and they were just not performing at all. So she reached out to me and said, Anita, what do I do? This is not working. Can you take a look at the ads? And I did, and we talked about the conversion formula again. And we sat down, we rewrote the ads together using the conversion formula, and she doubled the performance of the ads. So it's quick and easy to see the results. It's all in how you present your product and service and using the right formula to present it, to connect, right?
Yeah, I love it. I always wonder why businesses don't utilize it. And the only thing that I've, after interviewing so many business owners, that I've realized that is common is this is not a message that takes 5 minutes to put together. It takes time to put together. But here's the good news. When you put them together, you can use them for years. So just to remove any of that overwhelm, yes, it takes time, but what doesn't take time, right? So these 4 steps, they really have to be part of any message that you create, whether it's part of your elevator pitch or soundbite, or whether it's your website landing page, a post even, right? That's really, really important. It has to be compelling to be able to help you convert them, right? So we've actually broken it down even further to 8 full steps to be able to create a truly impactful message that's going to prompt some action from prospects. So let's start with those. So I'm going to come back with the ones that that Anita brought in. Captivate, that first thing. So that's your open with an attention grabbing, interrupting headline. It could be a paragraph where you're focusing on the problem. It could be a fear, a frustration, a concern that prospect is thinking about. It's that first thing that you read on a website, on a business card, on a landing page, first thing that comes out of your mouth. If you have a bigger company like a receptionist or a sales team, first thing that they say. You have a 4-second window to attract that person's mind. Will they want to actually read the next line? Have you attracted them enough? That is what you need to do on that first sentence or paragraph.
Yeah.
That next part that Anita was talking about was fascinate. I mean, if you've attracted them, now they're ready. Well, what do they want to hear? You want to engage by promising them a solution to the problem in the opening, right? So you want to be able to focus on benefits. What is their outcome going to be with that experience that they're going to have? So that's the next thing that's written or said. Usually it's used as a subtitle as well. Our next section is educate. Look, we always got to educate them, guys. We are not in a selling era. 30 years ago when you were the only plumber, yeah, God, they had no choice but to come to you, right? But today you open your backyard, you've got 30 plumbers. Why you? Right?
And consumers are much more informed these days.
Oh, yeah.
They go out and they educate themselves. So you want to be one of the sources they go to for that education.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So educate, we want to give them that reason to purchase. We want to tell them, what are they going to do to help them gain the benefits? So it's very important to be very specific about the actions that they're going to take, right? What are the nuggets that you want to give them? What do you want to nurture them with? And then we always end with a close. You want to offer them something that's really compelling, some type of bonus. It could be the 3 most important things for that, or the 7 most important things for that. Really, it's some additional information, incentive that you're giving them. If you reverse their potential risk using that powerful guarantee, that's what we want to show them, right? And we always want to end with some type of PS. Reinstate the benefits, remind them what you've brought to them, so they'll be like, oh yeah, right? It's just a reminder. You're not trying to sell it to them. It's a reminder, restating the benefits that you were just stating in the video that you did, the messaging, etc.
Yeah. And I just want to recap. And for those of you who are listening live right now, you should take out your notepads or take some notes on the computer. If not, go back and rewatch this on YouTube. It will go live. The recording will be on YouTube as soon as you finish the live session. But just to recap, because I know it could be hard to keep track if you're just listening. First step is captivate. Next step is fascinate. Then you educate. And then under educate, you want to tell them what you'll do to help them gain the benefits. And you want to be specific about the actions they will take. The last piece is close. And under close, you want to make sure you offer some type of guarantee, and you want to end it with a PS to restate the benefits. So why don't we take this information and we create our own compelling message? So just do like a live workshop here. And of course, we already did this in advance of the episode because we're not going to take up all your time. So we're going to use this on a business that's close to our hearts. So here's the message we created from a business consultant and coach announcing a new service to help business owners double or triple their profits. So let's start with Captivate. Are you tired of seeing your business profits plateau, leaving you frustrated and seeking a breakthrough? That's your Captivate. If you're a business owner, that would resonate with you, right? So now it's time to Fascinate. If you're ready to take your revenue to new heights and achieve unprecedented success, then this is the most important email you read all year. That's your promise of a solution, and you're going to offer them that solution. Imagine the thrill of doubling or even tripling your profits without increasing your workload or sacrificing your valuable time. We are recognized for empowering businesses like yours to achieve remarkable financial growth, and we're excited to introduce our powerful new service that would unlock your business's full profit potential. That's your educate portion. So there's your first quick 3 steps, right? It's Captivate, Fascinate, and Educate. Nancy.
I love it. And thank you for doing that quick revision, because I went through that pretty quickly. So just hearing that can definitely help our viewers, our listeners. So here's how our cutting edge growth strategy is going to really transform your business and revolution your bottom line. So what we want to do is we want to help you gain the benefits, right? So here's coming back to the example, identifying hidden revenue streams. Many businesses unknowingly leave money on the table due to untapped opportunities. We're going to conduct an in-depth analysis of your operations to identify these hidden revenue streams, ensuring that you don't miss on valuable sources of income. What did you think about that?
Sounds like a great benefit.
Our next one is strategic marketing, market positioning. So you need to stand out in the crowd. You want to be able to have your position of market dominance out there. So we're going to help you really craft a unique selling proposition, position of market dominance, as we call it, that really resonates with your target audience. Be able to set your business apart from your competition. This is very important to do this, right? And then our next session is really going into the data-driven decision making. So, in our past, we're done the work of guesswork. We don't want to really, we're gone with those days. And those, what do we feel? Our growth strategy really relies on data-driven insights to be able to guide your business decision, and really be able to gain more results and more efficiency in your operations, and have some increased profitability as well. And as for our so these are just some of our examples that we've had, and I'm going to give you one more if that's okay. Optimize sales and marketing. Say hello to higher conversion rates and increased customer retention. Our team of experts are going to optimize your sales and marketing funnels, ensuring that you attract and you retain loyal customers who are eager to do business with you. So here are a few examples. Again, I don't want to, mix you guys up, but just to kind of do that recap, that first one, identifying hidden revenue streams. If we want to be able to focus on that example, we just need to make sure that they understand it. Short and simple. Same thing with the 3 other examples. Was it clear, Anita, on your end?
Yeah, I mean, just to clarify, so those 4 examples is examples in your message of how you're going to help your prospect gain benefits. So if we move on from that, the next step in the 8-step process is be specific about the actions you're going to take for them. So if we move on in a sample message, the next step, be specific, would be, with our service, you won't be left wondering what to do next. Here's exactly what will happen when you engage with us. You'll do a comprehensive business audit. We'll conduct a thorough audit of your business to identify areas of improvement and untapped profit opportunities. Next action, tailored growth strategy. Based on the audit results, we'll develop a personalized growth roadmap for your business, step-by-step plan that will be your blueprint to achieving phenomenal profit growth. Next action, hands-on implementation support. Our team will work closely with you throughout the implementation process. We'll be there every step of the way to ensure you gain the maximum benefits from your growth strategy. So now we went through, in the educate section, we went through talking directly about how we're going to help you gain these benefits and what are the specific actions that will be taken. So there's nothing left on the table for them to wonder about. So now the only piece left for them is close. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that was great. So in the close, to be able to make this an irresistible offer, we want to extend a special bonus to you. Like, this is just an example, right, guys? So for a limited time, when you sign up for our growth strategy service, you're going to receive a complimentary one-on-one consultation with one of our top business growth strategists. This session is designed to address any specific challenge your business is facing and provide you with additional insights to supercharge your growth. So, hey guys, I mean, if you hear something like this, is it going to attract you to call them, right? And you want to end with some type of guarantee. So an example for you guys would be, and to alleviate any concerns you may have, we proudly stand by our growth strategy with a rock solid guarantee. Implement our strategy for 6 months, and if you don't see a significant increase in your profits, we'll gladly refund your investment, no questions asked. And what do we end with? Always with a PS. Don't let the opportunity to double or triple your profits slip away. Take action today. Secure your spot to work with our team of coaches and consultants. Transform your business and experience financial success. So there's many different ways that you can do these examples. This is just one quick example that we put together. Definitely, this is not a 5-minute job, guys. Okay? This is something that takes a little bit of time to put together.
And that's the thing, you said earlier, you wonder why aren't people using this, but I think they just don't know. Just because you're a business owner doesn't mean you know how to craft the best messages, or that you're the best salesperson, your best marketing person, the best accountant, all the different roles that we play in the role of our business. As business owners, you can't be the best at everything, and some things you just don't know. So that's why we're sharing this information. But these are like clear steps that you should use in all your marketing and sales messages, from your website, from your client to customer sales letters and prospect letters, emails, videos you create. Just use this formula and you will increase your conversions, and it's going to compel action from your prospects and customers. So we hope that helped in the process of you creating your message, and also in helping you understand how important it is to know who your customers are, to make sure that the message resonates with them. Without knowing who they are, what their values are, you can't write the best message for them. So we wanted to offer you, if you want, because I know, again, listening to this and trying to take it all in via podcast can be difficult. So if you want a step-by-step process in writing, send us an email at info@impactfulbusinessvoices.com, and we will send you a document to recap the information we just shared, outline the steps, and a sample message for you to review so you can have it as a blueprint for your business.
It's awesome. And as always, you can definitely find a copy of this recording on our YouTube channel at Impactful Business Voices. And, don't miss out on our future episodes. Support us. Click on subscribe so you get your notifications every week. And, as we always like to let you know what our next week is about, we have a very impressive guest. We're going to be speaking with Angie Ruff. She is the food manufacturing ninja, and she's a food brand specialist. Her journey is really marked by resilience and determination. So just make sure that you join us next week. And listen, we're here to show you what that inspired story from Angie's life. And until next week, guys, go make an impact.
Thank you for listening to Impactful Business Voices. Subscribe now and don't miss an episode.